Yes, the program is just a program.
Yes.
The voice of the people.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Today is Saturday,
Yes.
the second day of
Yes.
September
Yes.
2017. And it's the birthday of the program manager, your
Yes,
wife,
yes.
Savitri Singh
Yes.
Sharma.
Yes.
And congratulations to her. We wish her all the best, you know, and we hope to join her in a drink lately.
That's right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, we noticed that Minister George Norton, who was Minister of Social Cohesion, and before that, Minister of Health, is now Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, while the Minister of Education, Nicolette Henry, has been confirmed as Minister of Education. So these are new developments in that line. And then we have the police have been doing some work. We noticed that one of the notorious...
I think the police did a wonderful job for the time being.
And we have to
For the time being.
we have to congratulate the people of Linden who are able to give information to the police.
Yes.
Because this is a serious matter with two dangerous wanted men, and they caught one, the other one is still on the run. But it's just a matter of time, you know, that they're going to catch him.
Yeah.
And there's a call again for more transparency in the contract with Exxon. People are still calling, saying, well, the government should release some more information there. It's concerning oil and gas. And we see also Essequibo housing officials being investigated for illegal selling of land. That is another story by itself.
I think I must say there's more corruption in this country, more corruption. What do you think about that?
Yes. There's corruption. Corruption has not been eliminated,
That's
you know,
right.
but you know, we have to make make sure that you know, people are brought to justice. And we see Minister Harmon says that President Granger will soon begin consideration of the third list of nominees submitted by opposition leader Bara Jagdeo. And you have there Joe Singh, who was a former commissioner, and you also have Anit Arjun. Those two have been recommended by a leading member of the private sector commission, right?
What do you know about that?
Well,
What do you think about Joe Singh?
I think if Joe Singh takes it, he has to stand down on the other jobs he's doing, because he's doing so many things. I mean, he's helpful. He's doing a lot of work. He's a contemporary of Granger at school, at Queen's College, and he was ahead of him in the army, just like Norman McLean too, and so on. But he's definitely been contributing a lot to the building of this nation, but I think he's the same age as Granger, so. You know, it's too much work for him to run here, run there, being in all these commissions, the committees that he's in, and so on. So I think if he's given the job, he must not do that and that alone.
Okay.
You know, and then the private sector is recommending Anit Arjun, Martins, who's married to the singer from the band, the Trade Winds. You know, and also there's also an outcry, and people have been going on Facebook about this too, and they're talking about the 94-year-old man who was being charged before the courts and was brought in handcuffs and shackles and whatnot. And another man who was defending his property shot somebody, and the same thing happened to him. What they should do, people who are brought in handcuffs and shackles should be people who are dangerous people, violent people, not ordinary. And look at where would the old man be able to run? You know? 94 years old. It's a shame. You know, it's a serious story.
Yes.
You know, it should not be done. We don't have to copy all what's happening in the States. Next thing they'll bring the orange jumpsuit.
What do you think about the fuel, gas and so?
Well, we want to have definitely. We want to be privy.
How can we deal with that?
We want to have the contract. We want to see the contract with Exxon.
Yes.
You know, we want to have some transparency to know what is going on and what is what.
I think with Donald Trump now, but remove some of these people, over 800 people from the list.
Donald Trump.
Yes. What do you think about that?
800 people.
8,800, something like that. It's 8,000.
Well, you know, he's trying to fulfill his election promises, but he's wasting time. Just like the wall, building the wall, with, you know, to keep out immigrants, you know. Even within his party, you know, they're not in full agreement.
Leon? Give us some of your view.
Greetings in the name of the Most High. Nice to have you back,
yes,
CN.
yes, yes.
We miss you, bro.
That's right.
The people on the road are asking me, we CN,
Yes.
who kidnapped CN, where you go?
That's
Yeah, you've been missed.
Yeah.
People call me from England
Yes.
to find what's wrong with the problem. Where are you? People call me from the States, so you're known worldwide.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, today is the 2nd of September, and we're about to enter a new educational period. School opens on
Yes,
Monday.
that's right.
I think that the educational reform is going nicely apace. It's nice to see Minister Nicolette Henry now assuming the role of education minister. She's a younger woman, a younger person. She's brilliant, and I hope that her femaleness
Yes.
will lend something to this whole educational
Yes.
sector. The mother instinct, the mother goddess instinct should help. So that's a very good thing. There's a new advocacy group happening now. It's called SMART.
What do you mean smart? What is smart for?
Society of Marijuana Advocates for Reform and Treatment. Yeah, the serious.
Yes.
Society of Marijuana
Yes.
Advocates for Reform
Yes.
and Treatment.
Yes.
SMART. And they're pushing to have the bill that is supposed to be tabled by Carrington. They're pushing to have some fine-tuning done.
Yes.
There's a couple of people involved. Nicole Cole, Chantal Stewart, Keoma Griffith, Clinton Orlin, and Rasleon Saul. And other people are involved because
So why you are trying to push this bill so far? So
there is need for reform. Too many people are going in jail for small amounts of marijuana. We don't need that. We need to decriminalize the whole situation. Is the decriminalization will work. You know, I've been fighting for legalization, but that will come. We can start with some decriminalization, and we need some treatment. We are beginning a lot of reports that a lot of people, when they get type in problems, saying is marijuana make them
Yeah.
do it. They need treatment. So in the legislation and in our National Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Act, there is room for treatment because it says that a rehabilitation fund should be set up, an advisory council for rehabilitation of narcotic addicts. All that is in our constitution, and not constitution, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Act. But let's move to something else. Recently, I've been to 3 events with the president.
yes.
I went to the Rastafari conference, the president spoke. I went to the Coffee 250 meeting, the president spoke. And yesterday I went to the Pan-African conference, the president
Yeah,
spoke. I like Granger,
Yes.
good man, but he's been saying a lot of things over and over, the same thing. It's falling on some deaf ears, especially in the African community. And the Africans have got to get up and get. Why? It's the International Decade for People of African Descent, and there will not come another time when so much will be set up to help us as a community. But we are not helping ourselves. Imagine, even so, I don't see African ministers of government coming to these conferences where the president is going to be speaking.
Yeah.
I don't see them guys at all, and I wonder if they're not black enough. I'm serious. No, if your president is coming to an event to speak,
Yes.
ought you not to be there to hear what the president is telling these people so you can
Yes.
go and
Yes.
work on behalf of the people? A lot of the ministers of government need to be attending these events that concern our people. Oh, when is the Amerindian thing? I see a lot of them there to drink the Paiwari.
Yes.
You know? Yes, I know. Amerindian Heritage Month is this month.
Yes.
We love our Amerindian community, and they're getting stronger.
Yes.
And according to words on the street, the Amerindians are going to be a force to be reckoned with in 2020 because they're falling apart.
So what do you think about the opposition leader?
Who?
Opposition leader.
Dagdio.
Barrett.
Yes.
My boy Barrett.
Yes. Tell me something about that.
Barrett. It's hard to say something positive about a brother who's so negative.
Okay.
But if I get a chance to, I'll talk to him because I think young people see in Barrett Jagdeo a possibility and a potential for good leadership. But so far he has not been coming up with the goods, and he's letting a lot of people down. That's the problem with Barrett Jagdeo.
Okay.
He promised much and he's delivered little.
Yes.
And he's made a lot of us despondent because he was supposed to be the vanguard and the forerunner for youth involvement in our
Yes.
politics. And I
Yes.
think because of him, like we just get so much of bad vibes. Here, I want to touch something else quickly.
Yes.
School is opening on Monday. The plight of the sweepers and the cleaners has not been fixed, has not been addressed. Sweepers and cleaners in the schools,
Yeah.
they're getting
They're not being paid
underpaid badly, and they got to go and clean the toilets and make sure the kids them are irie in
What
school.
are you doing about that?
Man, there's not enough militancy and activism
Mr. Scott, is it?
from the unions that represent them.
What is Scott doing about that?
Keith Scott.
Yeah.
Keith is trying his best, but you see, when you throw a man in deep water and you throw no life buoy with him, he's got to struggle to swim and save himself. That's Keith's problem. Keith, you're my friend, though. Now, the other thing is,
Yes.
Charles Peters was killed by the police 4 weeks or so ago when they were looking for the escapees.
Yes.
But we hear nothing about Charles Peters' situation. That's a man who going along the way and the police shoot him because they say he's one of the escapees. That is an injustice.
Okay.
And we have not heard what's going to be done for Charles Peters'
He,
family.
he didn't live.
What's that?
He died.
He died. Charles Peters died, and we're not hearing anything about what's the situation. Now, the other thing is that, CN, the people in Guyana are not in a good frame of mind right now
Why?
because they feel that the economic conditions are not right. Winston Jordan and son are saying that everything is honky-dory, the GDP is
Compared with-
growing and going.
Yeah.
But on the ground, the people are crying out. It's getting tough on the
Yeah.
ground to survive.
Yeah.
Dollars is not flowing the way it ought to be.
Jobs,
The
dollars.
gold running's getting tied
So
up.
what do you think cause that?
The economy is,
yes.
Well, there had to be some sanitization of the economy.
Okay.
No jobless growth. They had to cut out the drug runnings. And when you hit the drugs, you're hitting the economy hard. Most economies are run on drugs.
Yes.
Now, Keith Scott been talking about the safety of the elderly and the female security guards. Brethren, there's equal rights and justice for all. And the security guards, the female security guards, have to have equal rights. But they're being molested by a lot of the checkers. They say if they find one of the women sleeping, they want some piece of flesh from off the.
Oh, piece of flesh. They make it so make
No,
piece
no.
of flesh.
But
That's
it's
all.
serious. Now, the other thing is the agriculture road that they paid $59 million
Yes.
for. There needs to be some investigation
Yes.
around that. According to the word, the works done by KP Thomas and Sons Incorporated, with Anthony Haynes as manager, they did a good job, but apparently it's not good enough. And for the money spent, they need to be doing much more. And the word is that GPL is suffering from sabotage. People inside GPL said they just put everything on.
How you know that?
Because they say all systems are on go and running nice, and next thing you know, trip out. So they feel that people inside GPL sabotaging the run-ins to make the government look bad.
But they should
And-
have cameras in place.
And the other thing they're saying, they have to look at the new arrangement with Rusal and Bosai, because workers are being exploited in this country. And that's the bottom line. We need a caring government who could look after the rights of workers and the poor people. It's no use the government looking after rich people. Rich people done rich. It's poor people and the downtrodden and the oppressed got to be looked
Yeah,
after.
I said about 20 years ago. 20 years ago I said that.
And we got to come up with a new,
20 years I said
a new
that.
ideology and a new philosophy.
yes.
Right now, this neoliberal approach to governance, economic governance, can't work. And ExxonMobil is a big giant. And if you don't watch it, they're going to swallow us and gobble us up, and we can't afford that. We're entering a new phase of...
Think so?
Yeah. It's a phase of economic recolonization.
Okay.
And they're using that with the oil. Now, where the sugar is concerned, we got to take some of that oil money and refurbish and revamp the sugar industry and the rice industry. We can't eat oil, we can't drink oil, but we got to focus on agro-processing and the agricultural industry.
Yeah.
That being said, Guyanese people, bang your belly and keep crying out because better has to come.
Okay. What we see is the male and the also a piece of flesh waiting,
that
but
do?
flesh.
About what? What
Yeah,
about
you
flesh?
said just said that.
Flesh eating is not
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
first of all.
Yeah.
We were not built to eat flesh,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But more than that, the people poisoning the chicken and the beef and all these
How you know
things.
that?
Oh, look at how people bloated up and getting toxic, all the big belly. Them girls and thick, they're sick because of the yesterday was Eid al-Adha.
Yes.
And that's a sacrifice when Abraham had to make the sacrifice with Ishmael. And that is what we should focus on. The sacrifice that the people are making in this country to keep this country together. And much more sacrifice is needed. The only thing is the politicians upstairs, or government leaders, are not making enough sacrifice and leading by example. That's the only thing. They call us poor people, to make sacrifices, but them, the fat cats, just getting fatter.
Okay, so what do you do some of the roadside rum shop in this country? Lot of roadside rum shop in this country.
Roadside rum shop, we got to clamp down on roadside rum shops.
I'm gonna climb down there.
Oh? Increase the licensing fees. License them out of business,
Yeah.
first of all. Secondly, roadside rum shop helping to fuel domestic violence, domestic abuse, and the breakdown of the family. Furthermore,
Nice.
rum stop ain't building this body. Rum can't build your system. Or could build your heights though.
We just want to remind the population when you have one line in here, one line.
But it's so good to have you back. People
Okay.
miss you, see, and you don't even know how much people miss you. I don't know what it is about you and the way you speak or the way you engage people, that no matter your faults, they love you like cooked food.
So I'm going to about education in this country right now. You falling apart or what?
No, well, as Ras
Yeah.
Leon Saw said, they're trying to address the issues now, and we see what the minister is being given full authority now. She's confirmed. We'll see what she can do to put, to enhance.
They need to fix that curriculum. For example, in a country like ours, there's no subject like African cosmology, Indian heritage, Chinese. The problem is we know so much about the white folks and we know about North America, but we don't know about our own history. And that's the feeling of our curriculum, that our children grow up with an inferiority complex because our curriculum doesn't start from the basis of things.
Take a call on here. Call your near. Hello?
Is this thing working correctly?
Call your near. Hello? I don't know.
They had shifted it to 2, but it doesn't seem as if we might have shifted ourselves off from here.
What do you think about the sugar industry?
The sugar industry?
Yes.
There's promise in the sugar industry, but not the way it's formulated right now.
yes.
We got to look at
That's it.
vertical integration of the sugar industry, which means value-added products. We got to look at scaling down, concentrating the operation so you can get maximum production and productivity. Sugar will always be needed. People love sweet things.
Call your near.
Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Come, Mr. The Rastaman.
Yes.
You talk about Cape Thomas.
Yes.
And my grandmother is his nephew. He died now.
Yes.
Right? And so wonderful of this man that's talking on here, okay?
Yes.
We miss you a lot,
Yes.
We miss you, Mrs. Thomas. 2 weeks ago, that we see you on the air and this and that,
Yes.
And everybody miss you.
You were out of control a little while.
But God bless you.
Yes.
And my name is Mrs. Diop. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes. So you're sorely missed.
That's right. Yeah. A lot of people message me.
Yeah, so the sugar industry. Now, I think it's only now Komal Chand is realizing the wrong he has done to all the sugar workers by giving them bad leadership as a union leader. You understand? Because now he's talking as if, he can help to resuscitate and revitalize this industry.
Go much I can do not with nobody. No, not at all. Not at all.
He and Donald Ramatar and them and those had their chance, and they did bad for the sugar industry.
Nothing done with the sugar workers in
Now,
this country.
the sugar workers should be given lands. They should be sold, not even sold. They should be given lands.
Given land. That's
They
right.
should
I
set up
agree with you. I
a
agree with you.
co-op,
Yes.
a sugar workers
Yes,
co-op,
yes, yes.
and they produce and supply because they know how things are.
Well, General Rahman said he visited somebody who was a sugar worker, and they planted diversified crops, and they're doing very well.
Yeah, they got
Call
sugar
your ear.
workers.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Well, Rastaman,
Yes.
I think Rastaman logically said the right thing.
Yes.
The whole thing is that we got bond in belly, but them are the tapping bond in the belly.
Okay.
Our money can come, our money can gone, and we ain't gonna see a cent.
Okay.
Because the contract that they think, let me say this,
Yes.
you can't done with sugar, rice, bauxite, and everything.
That's true. That's true.
And this is, there's a Bonham had said, if you can diversify, go to cattle and
Okay.
you should have been there.
Yes.
The problem now is that we scrapping the sugar, we done it with the rice, and we do it all sorts, and we waiting for oil money. The oil money can come, you see like Christmas,
Yes.
you can't even walk with a tennis roll in your mouth.
Okay.
You see what the guys can do. They're going to take it
So
away.
what do you think
And
is
if you
what?
can't find jobs for the youths, and you can't give the money, money is not circulating.
So what do you think? What is the solution to the problem? What do you think is the solution to the
We
problem?
need, look,
Yes.
you need to open up, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
If you had closed, if you wanted to take away sugar,
Yes.
you see them same cane cutters, incentives. You get the machinery, give them a 2, 3, 5 acre land, and say, look, plant certain crop in this area. Open, whether it's packaging or refining or something, packaging or your bottling or whatever crop you plant, you provide the packaging and let them sell the product to whoever managing the packaging factory and move on. Everybody, let's say like I flood.
Yes.
We got 300-acre land, and it could take some citrus fruit or something. You know, you go, you get whatever crop is good for that area. And you get a packaging or the bottling or your canning, and you move on, you export things. They got everybody, every nation out there need land like what Guyana got because, you know what, we could do it, we could plant it. All we got to do is packaging or bottle or do what you have to do and send it out there. Trinidad, take away coconut, man. Get in Trinidad, bottle it or send it back to Guyana.
That's true.
We need, the government should have gone with the same land that they for sugar and thing in and give it, and within a couple of months, years, we right up back in agriculture.
So what do you think? What do you think going to do with the island money?
And you don't have to close the entire sugar industry.
What do you think do with the island money now?
Man, we ain't gonna see the island money, man. You read about Nigeria and all that place, man. You see Nigeria, the son live in America, and he owned 13 of the top muscle cars, and ExxonMobil paying the son, putting money in the account, put money in the president account, and all the big boys in government, all them get the money, and the country poor, buddy.
Not the present president, though.
Not the president. I'm saying not the president. But it's who do it, this ExxonMobil did it. Whether it's this, the present government or not, and they can do the same. Look, we know what's the contract. You know, the hidden terms.
Yes.
We don't know if they produce 100 barrels.
Yeah, that's yes. I don't know that. I don't know. We don't know. We
gotta have some money down on the ground.
We gotta take 10, and if the government says 5, we gotta take 5. Whatever they're saying, those are the things. Those are the hidden things that we don't know.
I haven't seen the agreement.
I don't care about opposition and who. We are educated enough in this country here because we don't stop the Caribbean in anything. Even with thieving and all, we stop in this. Position here, we're educated enough to understand and read. Read and understand, comprehend, and say, well, look, this thing good for we, why? This thing ain't good for us. You know, why, look, we put them there to represent us.
Yes, that's
so
right.
They should have been consulted with us before they do anything.
They're not the master, they're servant of the nation. They are servant of this nation.
You know, it's like Mr. Shami running a business there. You got the wife, you got the children, you got things. I'm certain you do consultation before you make a move in your business thing. One little thing you would bypass. But you can't be doing this. You can't be, look, they can't be signing an agreement and we don't know nothing what they're signing. It's going to happen like the previous administration. Then when they come out, then we can hear all the nonsense. But right now, they need to create jobs. They don't want government thing to provide jobs. Provide the tools like the land. And let people do the right thing instead of all them by going on thief all the little children. If you want to see a new thief coming up, and then we get experience in the thieving, they get gunned down, they're dead. New ones coming up, every day is a new one coming up. You know, when you listen to this thing and you look at the youths how they've been gunned down, people saying, yes, get rid of the thief. Who make them the thief?
That's right.
Now, don't tell me about previous and this. Right now, you can't go out on the road with this tennis roll in your mouth. By Christmas, they can take it away. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Talking about that.
You know, a lot of poor people suffering in this country. A lot of poor people suffering in this country. Thousands of people suffering in this country. Right now.
But then you gotta just.
Suffering over there.
It's hard. You start out the morning with some sugar water tea.
Yes.
And if you're lucky and get a tennis roll, you understand? People in the ghetto are suffering.
Yeah.
Here was our leaders. They have an aversion to coming down on the ground and going in the ghetto and going in the byways and the alleyways and the countryside and see how the people are really living. When they went into power, you know the 41 man said, we got to raise the salary so that we would not take bribes. Here the other man said recently that the AFC people are unbribable. I don't know what that is. unbribable. Every man has a price. You might start up with $100 and you might say, no, I ain't want it. But I must say, take 1,000. You say, no,
Caller,
10,000.
you're here. Hello?
Every man has a price.
Caller, you're here.
Yes, Sherman.
Yes. Good afternoon.
They're talking about thieving. I like what I go thief. Because I rent a mommy shop 2 years now. This guy is whole year. From this May month, he pay me nothing.
What?
Got his shop locked up.
Why? Why the shop locked up?
He got his shop locked up with a couple of things inside like a storeroom.
What the reason for that?
He got money.
I don't know what's the reason he do a contract with me, right?
Yes.
And he got me shop locked up. Don't pressing me. I got me water bill for pay, the light bill for pay, phone bill, every and tax, everything. This man lock up shop. And he fight 2-year contract. Me ain't got no money to take lie and all them things to fight these birds. I want me money or he giving me shop.
Okay.
He got 200,000 of it rent for me.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the right. Where you live? Where you live?
I live in on North Road next door to here, six.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check
Where
it
the shop
out.
there? Where the shop there?
Where the shop?
If you can look into this matter for me, not
Where the shop? Where the shop there now?
Shop there next door to here, six.
Here, there? Okay.
On North Road.
On North Road.
Okay. Not far from me.
And what the man there? The man who rented me there.
Small.
Okay.
Living in front of East African Police Station.
Okay then. I'm gonna check it out.
I'm glad to check it out now because he pay me no money from this May month up to now.
Okay.
And he got his shop locked up and advantaging me because I'm the woman he do business with.
How many say advantage? What do you mean by that?
He has that.
He take advantage of
Say
our
them.
community.
Yes.
He would have signed any more money, but he giving me a hard time.
Okay. Thank you
I
very
got
much.
receipt book and everything for sure that he paid from April.
Yes.
And I can't break open the shop because jail I can go.
Okay.
So he could say last thing and a set of things.
Okay.
I'm
Consult
glad
with
you
a
could
lawyer.
look into this matter for me, man.
You're not see a liar?
Me get money for that liar.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Eh?
I'm gonna check it out.
Pick it up for me, man.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Go upstairs.
We speak a different. You see, people don't have money. People are starving in this country.
That's
And
right.
the
Yeah,
law,
listen to me. 60% of people starving in this country right now.
How much?
There's 60% people starving in this country.
Well, I don't want to say they're really starving,
Right.
but they're not eating as well as they ought to eat.
Yeah.
Because even I cut down on the meals I eat, and I eat smaller portions, but what I do, I eat more nutritious stuff.
Okay.
So I'm eating less.
So what are you nutritious?
I eat a lot of ital.
Ital? Okay.
No flesh at all. Legumes, vegetables, ground provisions, fruits, you name that. Ital means vital. Vital, you take out the V, it's left with ital. Because the greens are vital. We gotta live more to natural things, nature. As we get older and more matured, big man, we got to eat better.
Thank you. What is it? Beef or
no, I try to avoid beef and I avoid beef and pork, definitely.
Okay.
But as you said, you have to eat healthy.
Yes.
More vegetables.
What is healthy food you? What is healthy food you can get eat?
Healthy food.
Yeah, what is healthy food you talking about?
Well, greens, vegetables,
Ground provisions.
things like salmon. But the only thing is that here you only get the tin salmon. When you in places like Portugal, you can really taste the real
That's
salmon.
right, that's
And olive oil too. People don't realize how valuable the Mediterranean diet with olive oil and the rest of it.
Call you're near. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sharma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Sharma, I'm having a problem.
Yes.
I live at 13 Planting Walkway,
Yes. Yes.
And there's probably this problem going on for years. Where I cannot get my entrance to and from my 4 feet.
What?
I live at the back of 13 Planting Walk.
Yes.
Now I
Okay.
used to stress with some people land, right? The people coming from outside and they claiming that they need the entrance, the passageway. When they block out there, I have nowhere to walk. I got to walk on the damn top to get on the road.
Which here is what part of plant you walk you live?
Little past Western School, you got Coggle and Bush, then the
I know Cogland Dam. I know the area. I know the area very well.
Little past there, you have the taxi service.
Yes.
There's a clay breakout right there,
Yes,
right
yes,
in front.
yes.
They're having a course for there about 4 to 5 years. We run. all over, nobody comes and look into this matter.
Okay.
I went to you several times, but they say it's not in the country.
Yes, so not in the country. That's right. That's you're
Because
perfectly right.
the only last person now I will be trying to get some kind of justice about the poor.
Mom, sure I will help you. Sure I will help you. Sure I will help you.
The wires down
Yes.
in the yard where the children walk in, going,
Yes.
I cannot get no entrance because of the wire. So I'm going to kindly ask you.
I will come. I will be coming. I will be coming. Something this week.
I would like to know what we that everybody should be
Okay.
see and because the wire is very dangerous. When you come, you will see.
Tuesday morning on say that on the TV. Tuesday morning, right?
Tuesday.
All right.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you
thank you very
much.
much.
I'll be looking out for you.
Yeah. Now, Sankey and Riaslan, we're going to air this program every day. You're not right now. You're not going to write down. Nothing I don't have to write down. No, you can't write. You don't write down anything.
Okay.
After we record it, write it.
Right.
So what we got play back the record, play it back, record it. So we don't have to write anything.
Okay.
All the names we write on the phone, right here behind the phone, right?
I hear you.
No record, nothing.
All
We
right.
play back the program,
Yeah.
and you can get what
And they get the
we see.
information, right.
Calling you on here. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Chama, where you listen? This country done with. Country.
Why you say done with? Why?
I mean, people dying, they're hungry.
Yes, I know that the blood people hungry. Why? What is the reason causing it?
They're working, can't get a pension, all those things happening. Check it out.
Okay. Thank you. That's all?
But while he talking, though, people in Houston, Texas,
Yeah.
with Harvey, they're suffering.
They're suffering.
That's
Yeah.
suffering.
You know what?
We are in paradise
Yeah,
right now.
yes.
I mean, things rough here. But
Yes.
trust me, we in paradise compared to what they
That's right, but it's true. That is true. Yeah. Call you on here. Hello?
Good day.
Yes, good day.
I asked the Rastaman and Mrs.
Yeah.
Shaw too.
Yes.
Y'all ever know Cocoa Field?
Yes, I know Goldfield.
Know Cocoa Field?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You know Jameson?
Yes.
His nephew talking here out here.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. When you want to go in the only person really know Cocoa Field is Amazon Green.
Yes. I'm agree. I know I'm agree.
So this country, Amazon Green, because I used to go to school, barefooted.
Okay.
I live in Pleasant.
Yes.
I used to go to barefooted, build my own home and this and whatever. You know which country? Country
Yeah.
like in a nice life. I got them made with black water and everything that.
Okay. Well, tell me something about Castle living in this country. Castle living. What do you think about Castle living in this country? Castle living.
You gotta work.
Yes.
No, you have to work. Because if I go barefooted to school, if I go barefooted to school, okay, you said everybody have to work. And
Okay.
like we name Sam, and you said everybody must work.
Okay.
Let me work. And he build this country, and he build this, and he bring nobody out there.
Simon build country?
No, I said Sam, I say,
Okay. Okay. Yes.
He said that in the PPP time or whatever.
Okay. Born and build the country. Born and build this country. Born and build.
No, I said, but
Yes,
I'm
yes,
I
yes.
said Sam, I say everybody must work.
Yes. Albert have to work. Work is must.
So-
You must work.
So when they get old, what do they do?
Yeah.
When they pass 75, 80.
Good, thank you.
So this rift in the police force
Yes.
has been taking an effect on the morale of,
Yes.
of the ranks.
That's right.
and the
Right.
law
Yeah, that's
order.
right.
Because they see that the officers at the top
Yeah.
are into something called personality skullduggery. Silal Prasad don't like David Ramnarayan. See, bypasses David Ramnarayan trying to promote hikers or advocate for their promotion.
This happening all the political parties happening. That's happening all the
But
political
that
parties.
is not right. Supersession. You can't jump a man who acting as commissioner for promote man below him. They're going to affect the morale of the people.
But
them.
he's saying it's happening in political parties.
Yeah,
too.
all political is happening.
It was happening,
That's
right?
happening every day.
I like David Ramnarayan. I think he's a good.
Why you like
commissioner.
David Ramnarayan?
He's a man of integrity. He's a man stand for truth and right, and he
Yeah.
don't mince words. And I think he's unbribable.
When is on right, what do you mean?
Well, a lot of cops.
Who want to here inside?
Well, Well, I think Ramnarai palms are clean because I remember after 2011 election, when the former General Secretary of the PPP, Clement Roy, said that he had given them $90 million to the force or to the...
Yes, I know about that.
And then Ramnarai stands and said, no money and reach me, no money and pass. Right. Probably get diverted to Freedom House.
Yes.
And because of they put the man, send the man to COVID.
Backbench.
And then Apnu bring him out to the front. And now Silal Pasar trying to dumb down the man because Silal is suspect.
Yeah, suspect. One is suspect.
Yeah, he's suspect. And the president did the right thing. They said, put a halt to promotions. Oh man, I love when he did that. That was decisive. What I want the president to do now is assent to the broadcasting bill. Yeah. This is what I want to do: sign off on the broadcast bill and take back some channels.
When are you gonna do that? When they get old, I'm gonna die.
We are asking the president to assent to the broadcasting bill ASAP. Yeah, okay. That's what we're asking the president to do right now.
Call your name. Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay.
No. Jesus had nail hole in his hand. Yeah. So he had a problem too. Yeah. He had get bored with nail. But then when it comes to Jesus the Christ, I love the brother, but he's not the only begotten son of the Most High. I too am a begotten son of the Most High. And that's why I said check African cosmology, because you can find the story of Joseph, Mary, and Jesus is patterned off of Aset, Osar, and Hiru, or Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Is one story being recycled all the time?
Call in here.
Hi, Mr. Sharma.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, very good, very good.
I would like to congratulate you, and you're a very fair and honest man, you and Mr. Sankey here.
Why you say that? Why you say that? Why you say that?
We know that you're a part of APNO, but you're very neutral, you're very honest.
Yeah.
You know the plight of this country.
I know the plight.
But the Rastaman is one-sided.
No.
You can't be like that when you want to
Not everybody is.
I'm one-sided on the side of truth.
Not everybody is the same.
Yes,
not everybody is
like you and Mr. Sankey, very neutral, very honest.
Okay.
Tell people that we're going through so much of hardship right now that we're starving. Tell people the honest truth.
Honestly speaking, I know people is going a lot of suffering in this country.
Which side are you on?
Exactly, Mr. Sharma, that you're talking the truth, and thanks for that. Thanks very much for that.
Yeah, I tell you, honest God.
Which side am I on?
The man is one-sided.
Which side am I on? Which side am I on?
He's the marijuana side.
The side of truth and right. The side of consciousness. The side of love.
You better believe it. Sankey, I know, years ago, people are suffering that in his country. Suffering that. People can't get food free in his country.
You have always been the defender of the poor and powerless and the voiceless.
The voiceless.
That's your position.
That's my position.
Mandate. And you can't run from that. The Almighty choose you for that.
Yes.
That's why He give you a little wealth and things for you help the people with. That's why you get rich. You're rich for just rich sake, you know. You're rich as well.
I'm rich.
You're wealthy.
No, I'm not wealthy.
In spirit, at least.
In spirit. Call you in here. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mrs.
Good afternoon.
Sharma, welcome back.
Yes.
I don't know you choose to come the Amerindian one back.
Yes.
However,
I love the American people. I come from the American people because of American people.
They're nice.
No.
Yes.
I'm just actually making it as a joke.
Yes.
Right? However, I would like you to answer the question because normally you just normally ask me the question when I call.
Yes.
However, you told us that let us give the government some time.
Yes.
After the government went into power, because that's your party in there too.
Time is not enough. Two is not enough. Two is not enough.
One term. You can't talk.
Yeah, one term.
One full term.
Full term. Yes. Yes.
You said that them man take their salary and raise their salary. Who's the biggest public servants then? Not them?
Yes.
They raise their salary. One to the little public servants. Their salary is not supposed to raise now. 2 years, they still got to wait a little bit more years to raise it.
So what are you going to do about that?
I'm asking you. You can't refer back the question to me.
No, I'm going to refer the question to you.
I asked you before. You said that I got to give them a little time.
Still get more time.
I give them.
1 year is not enough.
I give them time, Shello.
No.
Right now, we want them to look after the public servants because we help them to get where they are.
That's right. I agree with you. Honestly, I agree with you.
I want you to know, like you said, that 60% of people are suffering.
Suffering, 60% people suffering in this country.
60%, 95% of that is from the government workers. And we need to get what we promise and what we give y'all to y'all.
And ask them how many of them illiterate? How much are illiterate? I talked about years ago. I talked about illiterateness in this country.
I'm still talking about the salary.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody illiterate part because we got enough people at my road clinic already. We got so many people that now running this new administration who need to go and check my road too because I can't see why there's one holiday and the next holiday. I can't see 20 different ministers in one administration. I can't see why we continue making hopscotch with the ministries, with ministers. We need to actually settle down. And if we're not going to settle down upstairs, then maybe we tell we all the time that here happens, the guy get a little bit more time for let the government servants get a raise in salary. We're already slaving. We have slaved for 23 years when all of them thief their mom that make the mother, the grandmother, the great-grandmother, the grandfather, everybody rich. We ain't getting rich after now, even though we put in a new set. We want to get rich too. Like how the man say you rich and you are, we're lucky the government servants rich and they are too because they're still giving them back a lot. But we actually do hold it with patience, we hold it with teeth and we hold it with tongue. Let us still make sure that we get what we want.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, fear.
Yeah, you see, and he's a supporter of the AP and UFC.
Yes.
And
A lot of the members, a lot of the party supporters are
That is
hurting.
something dissatisfied with both parties. I did dissatisfied.
I want to advise the people is wanting to vote for your leadership, but the next thing is you got to look out for yourself. And that's it. People are putting too much store into leadership, into individuals who will save them. No man can save me. I got to save myself with the help of the Almighty. So yes, we put a party in power, but get down to it. You still got to put your shoulder to the wheel and go make your heights on the ground. That's the bottom line.
all right.
Look, I used to talk about all the time. I talk about poor people in this very poor people in this country. All the years I doing pro. 20 years I doing pro. I look.
One of these days, poor people gonna rise up.
That's right. Now you said. Poor people gonna rise up. That's right. I agree with that. And you want to president? I agree with you. Yes.
And 2020 looking at if it's going to be the time. You know what happening right now?
Yes.
In this month of September, a lot of mystical things are happening.
Yes.
We just had the eclipse.
Yeah, the eclipse.
And the eclipse was a forerunner
Yes.
to some other mystical happenings that are going to be happening in this month of September. Around September 23rd, it is being said, mystical things will happen. The most I can say, let's look into this month of September and keep our eyes open to see what will evolve.
Caller, you're near.
You might have the
Hello?
second coming.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon. Yes.
We live in Guyana.
Yes.
I don't live in America. I don't want to hear about America.
Yes.
Although I like America, but
Yes.
let me say this to you. I don't want to compare America. Let's look at Guyana.
Man, you live in America. Your family live in America. I know all your whole family live in America.
Listen, when you look at the road, look at Cummins Street, look at Albert Street, look at Light Street. Crossem Street, we got puddles now. We got them drains.
Yes.
The next thing you know, we can get pond in the street. You can't drive this street anymore. That's the whole thing about this whole thing. Yes, government don't give you jobs, but government could create the atmosphere for jobs.
Yes.
We can't go back to look. People are starved. People are punishing. He talk about Mr. Ramnarayan and he wants Mr. Ramnarayan to be commissioner. Which Ramnarayan been in there for 1 month and he's 100 or something firearm license. Legitimate businessmen who
I heard about that.
Well, it's facts, right?
I don't know the facts, but I heard about it.
I'm not saying the other commissioner is clean. With the whole inquiry, the whole police force need to think because it shows you how corrupted the police force could be. And when you got friends in police force, you could do all sort of things. But let him know that when Mr. Ramnarayan was ENF commander, under Mr. Green, who had Dredge, Madhya.
Yes, I know all of that.
Used to go on. Mr. Ramnarayan used to go with 3-4 vehicles escorts, and people know what he used to do, what he used to bring out from Madia.
Yes.
People know that he built 2 houses in Borbies.
Where?
Who's that?
Before you approach the bridge.
Yes.
And I could tell you who looking after the buildings, them. Mr. Saleh know nothing about Mr. Ramnarayan.
I know nothing.
Oh, man, you see,
I just like him.
No, oh, let the man speak.
And say everybody, when a man and it's 100 or 1 gun license in 1 month, and legitimate people who apply can't get, and you see all the little boy who got a barber shop get a license. And I could tell you who get license. A man who own a barber shop get a license. A man who owns a big business turned down. What is that really? Right? That's why the bandits, a barber shop man, and you know what? Other people who insignificant get their license.
Yes.
And you know, people say, I'm not saying he did that, but people say once you got $1 million, they get a license. So 100 I'm not saying he did that.
So how many commissions get?
Huh?
How many commissions get?
Well, if 100 or 1 gun, if somebody taking $1 million,
Yes.
your license,
Yes.
and you could miss your 100 license,
Yes.
$100 million.
$100 million, that's
Why the
right.
rush in issue in the 1 month? Why the rush was issued to 101 people in a month?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah,
People who get the gun license,
Yes.
check them barbers and them kind of things. People who know people
No,
quarantine.
you got to know who these people, who's going to get gun
You might get a
Who
revolution.
the people get gun license?
You might get a revolution.
I get one license because you only gotta know who you got to talk to.
Who's your friend? Who's your friend?
Caution. Nobody's clean.
Okay.
We listen to that commission of inquiry.
Yeah, yes.
And
Bring a lot of good,
or the man lying.
Yeah.
It shows how corruptive the police force could be with friends. We're not talking whether the thing was true or lie. We're talking about a man who didn't leave, call, a rank who on the green.
That's right, yes.
The inspector who on the green, and I could substantiate that,
Yeah.
was caution. He was stripped from CID and sent to Borbies. Right? In
Yeah.
uniform, report to in uniform,
Yes.
and was sent to Borbies
Yes.
because of corruption.
Yes.
As soon as this commissioner come in, he bring you back on the ring
Okay.
and promote and give thing. That's the person who a lot of shooting and deaths in that time. Crescent Cycle Store.
Look at the torturing of the boy. The fellas get promoted.
Yes, you're probably, that's right.
Yeah, and he get promoted.
Probably that's
Crescent
right,
Cycle
yes,
Store,
yes.
that matter.
Yeah.
He
What happened to that matter?
Kill one in somewhere in Lamar Street, take
Yeah.
his pump,
Yes.
and set him arm in a rap. Enough shooting, and then he was reported, sent to Borbies. As soon as this one come back, bring in all them guys who in a major crime, check them which police officers different, and how they were before this commissioner came into power, and he got them on the rings, and that is where the fight is between one commissioner and one who can act. And as soon as one gone, one unwrap.
Okay.
It's friends. This one bringing in his friend and promote his friend. The one bringing his friend and promote his friend.
Okay.
Whatever it is, they need somebody who they need a better commissioner.
Yeah.
None of the two of them. When war dissolved.
Who you think will be a better commissioner? Who you think?
But Marlon Chapman.
They got a shop Hoppy or Yoppy or Hoppy, I think.
Yeah.
Or Chapman.
Oh my God, bring somebody from
People
outside.
hear about him.
Okay.
He might be, you're supposed to know him, Mr. Sharma. And he's supposed to be someone of integrity, right? But apart from that, I wouldn't want both of them, Ramnarayan and the other one. They should be off. Everybody's friend is a friend thing in the police force.
Yes.
You see a little girl crying out, they get a rape if they end with this half son.
That's true.
Every day in the
Yes,
paper,
yes.
it's public knowledge.
You want fresh? You want work, the police work for flesh.
It's public knowledge.
Well,
There's nothing in the paper. You end there with this big
Yes,
guy.
yes.
You can't get promoted. That poor little
Yes,
girl gone
Hello?
pass
Yeah.
it or lose it.
Good.
Or stay one place all the time.
Yes.
The morale of the police force gone long with
Gone.
this all. Not today. That police force gone along. You got to talk about morale when you have people like Baram Rugby here.
Yeah, good man. Very good man. Yeah, good man, yes.
No.
Carla Austin.
Carla Austin, yes, good man.
A man like you and go report something, lock you up for 72.
Yeah.
Although they know it's lie.
That's true.
Right? That's how the thing going now. And when the commissioner can say lose the man, and there's a head of state get set, well, that tells you something.
Raghav is a very good gentleman. I got Carl Austin. Very good man. Good man. Good man. Good man.
You know the police force.
I know the police force. I work with the police force.
Well, then you should have cautioned my friend there next day. He's my friend too, man.
Yes.
You should have cautioned him.
Yes.
Man,
You should have cautioned
Ram the
him.
Rhine is a lesser of two evils. That's it.
No. Both evils, they got lesser.
All right, you win.
He's a good man.
All right.
All right, good, Mr. Saul.
Raghav was a gentleman. He not going with nonsense.
The Commission of Inquiry on
Yes.
the land, on the African ancestral lands has also brought a lot of revelations.
That's right.
Lincoln Lewis comes forward of transport from the 1800s for Litchfield Village.
I don't know it's a fast transport you got up to now. We got big transport we see.
No, I think it is a good transport.
Hey man, wait tell me.
It's a good transport.
How you know it's a good transport?
It's authentic.
No, how you know it's a good transport? Hold on. How you know it's a good
Because at the
transport?
Commission of Inquiry, it would have been questioned, it would have been checked out, and they would have seen that
Anybody question so far?
No,
Nobody
what they
questioned
look
it.
for
Oh
it?
man, don't argue with me. Anybody question so far?
No, they didn't question the transport.
Don't talk anymore. Because somebody got a question.
But what Lincoln Lewis is saying, that the land that this transport...
What purpose Lincoln Lewis says? Add.
People squatting upon the land and thieving the land, and this is what you want about the ancestral land here and other people.
How you know ancestors? Relax and say. I know the audio ancestors like. No, I know a lot about the ancestors.
The land that were bought by the Africans, the freed Africans after slavery was
Let me
abolished.
talk. That's life story. That's life story.
But juxtaposed with that,
Yes,
is the
yes,
Amerindians
yes.
who also want justice for their land. They already got 30% of Guyana, you know. 8,000 or how many thousand Guyanese own 13% of this land because they're first peoples. But
Not all of them are first
three
people.
of those nations came after the Africans. and
Let
the
me
Arabs.
tell you. Who know? Don't be surprised. The Army going to be a president in the same country.
But here it is.
The Army going to be a president of this
They're
country.
next in line to run
Run
things.
God, yes. I
they-
know.
They
that.
have the power, the balance of power.
Power,
in this
power, yes.
country. And that's why the Amerindian associations and the Tushar Council getting political because they see the possibility of starting their own party
That's
and running in 2020. You know that's going to happen.
Who does the next president of Armenian person to be president of this country?
The next president going to be a Rastaman.
Hard to go. All right. You're right. Yes, you're right.
One love.
Yeah. Yeah, call your near. Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Shawna.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask Mr. Rastaman once again, how much money he get paid before he go on the program there today?
Why,
I wish him to get paid,
How
boy.
much money he get paid him before he go on the program?
No, we never talking.
I am unbribable.
No.
I'm like Dominic Gaskin
No.
and ACP.
Okay. Relax.
You're unbribable. You take bribe? You don't take bribe. Sankis, you take
No.
bribe? We too are very unbribable.
Call your near. Hello? Let's see.
The bottom one.
Why do you feel everybody got a price?
Yeah. Hey, man. Not like everybody got price.
Everybody got a price.
Everybody got a price.
What's your price?
But I don't have price. I'm price justice for all.
Working for the people.
We are working for the people. Benefit.
Serving humanity.
Yes, service, yes.
Yeah, here we are.
What sang this song?
No price, no price.
Yeah, no price.
Sanky says he wants a wife. He's
Call
looking
it.
for a wife.
No.
Nah, you realize you're not talking about wife now. Call your name. Hello?
gentlemen.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah, yes.
I hear y'all louder.
Yes.
Anyhow,
Yes.
y'all talk about this sweeper
Yes.
cleaners getting more money.
Yes.
I once back it, but when I look at this situation, it doesn't make sense. The sweeper cleaner, the government decided to put an extra person in the school so as to take care of the children, those for sale and who defecate, urinate, they will do that. So instead of raising the sweeper cleaner pay, which in some of them don't work for, it's better to get the extra staff and let they take care of the children
Yes.
in the nursery school. And I believe I agree with that.
Yes.
And I'm so blessed to see that after all the talking, we see that school buses now appear on the scene, thanks to Mr. Granger and this program. And I know they're listening to things.
Yes.
What I would like to see, though, not only for the school children must have transportation, but also the nursing the profession of teaching and the nursing institution, the medical institution in the whole, because while people at the Georgetown Hospital waiting for the nurse, the bus passing them on the road because they are not regular. So we got to get transportation now for the entire medical institution so that the nurse could be on time, the doctor could be on time, you don't have a transportation, and everything could be rolling fine. Now, we're talking about school reopening on Monday.
Yes, that's true.
We still have the road them in our school area here, and they need patching. At least the brother said that they would make an effort to even full some of those holes. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Sharma. I got another problem. The ditch why show you the back end full of bush with the whole thing there. I'm trying to clean that thing. I try to cut with my whole back, try to cut as much bush, light fire and all kind of thing. But as usual, the black man can't come together and stand up as one because they're always fighting you for something they can't manage also. So we got an issue in this society. Now you're talking about that the brother saying that the young men are getting work. Yes, everybody talking about them and getting work. Yes, I agree with them. How many qualify to work? I mean, it's got the academic. And they could come and say, well, look, I got so much subject. There's one. Now, when I spoke there last time about these brother attitude, look, some nights you lie down, they're wrong your building. Some they could hear the whispering at the peeling corner, they come in and they invading people phone, this Wi-Fi who got net and all these things. And then same, we have a sad day coming ahead where it's going to be chaos in this country because I'm saying this again, if the president got in a run around with that investigation where a man alleged that was paid to assassinate the president and you get all this jiggery and pokery saying but the police fault, I believe that wasn't the inquiry, it was who fault. This man make a report, you find you guilty of fault, the commissioner should resign. And if not, you shouldn't even get a back pay or nothing. You shouldn't get nothing because
you might get back pay.
Is guilty as charged. The other brother that they spoke about, I believe they should remove the head of the prison service and give that brother that portion there that he could function there. I feel he will do a better job there and make sure that the prison run efficiently.
You want run right to run the prison?
I know if I'm making sense. But I believe that won't be it. And we don't need a commissioner in a hurry. Just like Mr. Green just suspend the promotion, let me get somebody acting. And if we qualify, when the time reaches, then we go and decide if we go.
I'm asking you, what is your occupation?
My occupation?
Yeah. Farming.
You come here today and see me fight with me too.
That's the reason why I asked something like that.
And all these things.
That's the reason why I asked you. How come you know about all these things then? How come you know about all these things? What are you talking about? How you know about all of that?
What these things were spoken about?
Yes.
It is on the news. You don't see a brother lie down the other day with the lady 3 bag, 20 years old? You didn't see that on the show? I mean, you just come up, I don't know, actually, should ask Mr. Sankey.
Okay. I was not in the country. I was not in the country at that time.
It's not that the job on that. People choose to steal because the bag dam full of bush.
Okay.
And they could go and cut it. All what the government need to do is come get people and go and get them people, they survey with them at the back dam, who got family land, plead with them, and give them a grant to start something. And if when you go and the grant finish using up and you see no work, you jail them. Simple as that.
Okay.
And these grandfathers who got these things for these grandchildren, always having sex with these little children, we need, they're making the men, I believe men should stop eating pork because they start thinking like pigs. They start looking back in the flock and eating their own grandchildren and their own children and all these things. And we need something to be done because at the end of the day, these children have to live with that stigma the rest of their life. Because if a son go for them and they hear the father defending them and the grandfather they do them, there won't be something tarnishing in their face and their life for the rest of their life. So we need something to be done. And those people that sit down in there talk about social service and social worker, they need to get off there behind and come inside of the villages and involve this country and see how much children are going to school.
I'm coming by your visit this next week. I'm coming to visit you.
Yes, my brother. I will be so thankful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. This man has very good sense, but a very, very wise thing. Everybody own opinion. Own opinion. He talks about wise things,
That's true.
And there's agriculture, agriculture. He's a farmer. He's a farmer.
Yes, Mr. Sharma, good day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Remember the man VJ? Who's VJ for president?
Who's Virgin?
The man who sang the Calypso.
Yes.
Well, we need a Buckman to be president right now.
Sure about Mountain Press. Listen to me carefully. About Mountain Press with the same country Buckman become the president in this country, Guyana.
Ali Cock.
2020, if I'm in the man running for president, he gets my vote.
You see? Okay.
All right.
No, he sound like Duke. Tell me become a president in this guy. As a male or female?
That's only right. After all, the indigenous people of this country, the first peoples, they have a right to have a chance.
Stephen Campbell was the
If
first.
they're capable of doing that.
No.
We don't want to put up Amerindian man just for window dressing just because he's an Amerindian man. He better have capability.
When they're good capability.
Otherwise, let the Rasta man run the country.
Well, Stephen,
Boredom that says so. In 1985, Boredom at National Park said, killing now is a waste. Another Rasta gonna take my place. Wasn't that the important part? Here was the important part.
Yeah.
You can't kill a people's movement.
Yes.
And that's what Rasta represents. The movement of Jap people.
But what I know right now, a lot of people suffer in this country.
And most of them are Rastas.
Yeah. No, but
They might not have locks.
No.
They might not have locks, or they might be smoking weed or eating itol. The philosophy that they have in their heart is of Rastafari.
The Indian is suffering, the black is suffering, the Rasta is suffering,
Rasta cover all
and I'm
of
suffering. They're suffering.
That's why Rasta covers everybody.
And that's the reason why I'm trying to form this party, just that party.
Your party is a Rasta party,
All the party, all
You hear why I say so.
Why you say
Your party supports the philosophy that the Rastafari subscribe to. The philosophy of one love, of equal rights and justice for all. Voice of the voiceless.
Voice of the voiceless.
Hear what Robert Kennedy says. Justice delayed is democracy denied. That's what you represent.
Yeah.
Justice for all.
Yeah. I would never change my party just like that.
Your party.
I remain.
Your party is a very important party in the coalition, In fact, if it wasn't for your party, the coalition right now wouldn't be looking too good, You talk for this coalition, you give this coalition more propaganda than they themselves are giving themselves.
Yeah, that's right. Honest to God.
And they disregard you
Disregard me, yes.
You are the voice of the people. They're representing the people, but you are the voice of the people. And they got to give you more attention.
If I didn't get in there, I'm going to join the APNU.
What's the situation with your license for your radio?
Until I can't get no answer until now. Until I can't get no answer until now. May I capitalize we can't get it until now.
Well, we'll give them some more time. Because so far... time is running out. But the Broadcasting Act needs to be assented to by the President. Once the President assents to the Broadcasting Bill, then we're going to take the next move. And the next move is to put some pressure on the system so that you could get your license, and other people who deserve it could get their license, and those who don't deserve to have 13 channels could be regularized.
My station, just party, me had the balance of power in my hand.
You will continue to be the balance of power.
Oh, yes.
And the possibility exists you could become the next president, Ask me how and ask me why.
I don't want
You don't want to be the president.
No, I don't want
You're already the president of the people.
The president of the people.
The popular president of the people.
Yes.
And keep on doing a good job.
Okay,
sir.
thank you very much. Call your name. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, yes.
Russ actually make you left dumbfounded just now when you asked you what's going on with the license. I was actually trying to call to ask before Mr. Russ actually did, because like I said before earlier, you're telling us to let us give it more time. But yes, you have applied for that license before they went
16 years now.
Before they went in.
Yeah, before they went in, that's right.
You give them your assistance, your help, and your power.
Yes.
As a public servant, again, I'm still saying, you've given that all.
I support them. I support the
And still yet,
AFC, I said the AFC.
still yet, they ain't even giving you nothing until now. And I
That's
know for a
right.
fact, they have not given CN Sharma any assistance, even
Yes.
though they get a whole seat from me,
Yes.
Until now, they ain't give back
That's
nothing
right.
to you until now. You had a problem with the mayor, city council, whatever, and put in parking meter right in front
That's
of the
right, yeah.
store.
In my square.
Right in front here.
Where I live? Where I
Inside
live?
your
Parking
house.
meter.
These people need to get the act together. Like I said before, we have given them 2 years, and that's 700 days and odd. They need to get the act together. I understand what you're saying, that yes, they might need some more time
Yes.
to do things what the other administration
Yes.
had left us lagging on, right? But there are critical things that these people can get done in a jiffy, not with no time no more. Like I said earlier, we ain't want no seasoning. None at all. Let them get the ass up and walk because they don't raise the salary.
Yes.
So they get themselves on the track now.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You see, people talk to my ears.
Here, our country is trapped in
What is
an
it trap with me?
economic trap called neoliberal economics. The kind of economics model that we're following as a nation, it ain't gonna get us out of the ditch. It is designed to keep us in slavery, economic slavery. It is designed for people like Exxon and them to come and suck us, for all those big corporate people, even from China, to come and exploit us. Our government has got to change ideology. They got to define what it really represents. A socialist concept, a capitalist concept, a mixture of both, or what? Right now we're sailing, and because we're sailing, we're being exploited.
Yes.
That's it. We can't follow the white man's model of economic development. IMF can't do nothing for us. World Bank can't do nothing for us. We got gold in the ground. We got oil in the sea. We got food in the
I want to ask
thing.
a question.
And we so poor.
I want to, what the opposition can do with these people in this country?
What's that?
Opposition, what can do with people in this country?
The opposition?
Yeah, yeah.
They are waking up too late to realize that they had a chance.
No, it does. They had a
They had a
chance.
chance, and
They had a
forced it,
chance, yes,
And
yes.
they want to go make amends, but
Yes.
time passed for
The
that.
time pass for that. That's right. I agree with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
simply
I agree
put.
with you with that. Colony, hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a few more points to make here.
Yes.
No. The banned cigarette is legally sell on the market.
Yes.
Ain't it so?
Yes.
No. They say that they got a law now come in when people got too much of pressure or they can't take it no more, then they smoke.
Yes.
And some drink rum.
Yes.
Like they want to kill the brother
Yeah.
with upon the motorbike
Yes,
coming
yes,
down.
yes.
Full of alcohol.
Yes.
Then I believe the fine and the bail don't be too little. It don't value the people's life when they done that.
Okay.
Now, $10,000 they going to fine a brother if he smoke in the public place.
Yes.
If you smoke marijuana and they catch you with a joint, you get 3 years and $10,000 in jail. And $10,000 fine. You got to pay the fine even though you're there in jail. I don't know where you get any money from. But still, I want to know how you're making money in prison. Now, if you know that cigarette a kill, you say you give bad kidneys, you cannot smoke it and
Yes.
destroy your lungs, and you go kill you go cause your shatter like
Yes,
on your
yes,
heart
that's
can't
true,
be
yeah.
found. Why you don't ban the bloody cigarette? Instead of finding the people $10,000
And what do Romneys do? What do Romneys do?
when they are depressed.
Tell me what the Romneys do.
Pardon me.
Tell me what the Romneys do.
The rum?
Yeah.
That should make benzene to fly the aeroplane because we're going to get a better, smoother flight. Because when this way did, when
Yeah.
the brother
Yes.
allied and killed them 2 people, the husband and wife gone, just like that. A man drives without a headlight,
Yeah.
and he going in the opposite direction, and he hit a motorbike coming, one proceeding east, one proceeding west, and he hit the other one on the east side. And he didn't see the motorbike had a light because he was so intoxicated
Yes.
that he couldn't see, so you could imagine what going on.
Yeah.
No. Look at it from this standpoint.
Yes.
We got a program on the air
Yes.
where this seamstress, the mosquito bit her, and she became infected with filaria.
Yes.
Good. But we forgetting how the people like people to joke there behind. We forgot that it's a workshop that was developed in America that kill out the black people, most of them with AIDS. And it spread so wally and widespread that now a majority of the people dying out from AIDS virus.
Yes.
Now we got cure, we could cure ourselves with herbs. Think a Bible, they say marijuana, wood, and the lion,
Yes.
you sit up and you could do it. But
Yeah.
for some reason, if you buy the dandelion root and the marijuana root, you go get jail because nobody want to see you live.
Yes.
That's the point. God don't want to see you there. That's why he put, he said the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. He said the earth on the earth is for us.
Yes.
Anyhow, if you know that this mosquito so infected and you go kill you 20 years after, why you don't throw away the expired drugs and let the people treat themselves? For example, the Amerindian in that village, in that jungle, they don't think they know what to use. Let me give them a lab that we could able to grow and to live and build a society. From since 1994, this population, I got it as Webster Dictionary, the population is
all right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The breadth of this land, 83,040 square miles. The
thank you very much.
In 1994 was 1996, was 750,000, and you could imagine we have what's going on? It's from 96 to now is how many years?
Thank you very much.
Something wrong.
Thank you very much.
So we need to do something about this.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I just want to remind you and Ras and Sanki, from the Monday we can start to be our program. Start program. We visit all the people every Trinidad, but every country visit people now.
Yes.
It can be tough task.
Go into the community.
Go into the community now. We now going to our bar. I go by myself.
You started the campaign.
I started campaign now.
I like that.
Pull out. I want to let public to know that.
Because Barrett campaigning all the time.
Barrett campaign.
He had a meeting there the other day, I think last week.
Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
A lot of nonsense.
A lot of bottommost meetings.
He attack him, Nagamutu. Seriously.
Oh, my God.
He should never attack
I'm
Nagamutu.
to do them to tight a piece of time.
Oh, man. But your book. Right.
When friends fall out.
Yes.
But Nagamutu is doing a good job.
Barrett followed with me. We know what we do, Barrett.
Man, he had 12 years, he had 2 terms plus 2 years. And he still won't go in again. He feels to himself that he's a savior for Indian people in this country.
He can't no savior.
No.
He can never win the election. Never.
No.
I'm saying now.
He had the chance to become a statesman in this country.
A statesman, that's right. I agree with you.
By rising above the fray and trying to heal this nation and unify this nation. But I think he lacks that ability.
I want the general public to know that I'm going back and full next month, Monday coming. Monday, we're back on here. Meet the people, talking to people and see what some of the problem is. Because the people are suffering a lot in this country. People are suffering a lot in this country.
Yeah, the people need someone to talk to.
Here we have the minister with us here this afternoon. The Junior Minister of Finance. He will be here to talk to us a little bit. Minister, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Let me take some calls. Caller, you need hello? So, Minister just arrived.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon.
Just for us, on your program, you're using it.
I don't want to hear you use anybody. I'm not using anybody. Please don't tell me that anymore. Yeah. Okay, thank you for some of you. You're sleeping, guys. Are you sleeping out there?
Oh, the guy was talking about very long, Yes. But maybe Jaipur can enlighten us with all these commission of inquiries that have been going on. Have they released all of them? These commissions have been carried out in the different ministries and what have you and whatnot. Have they released them so that we can get something happening, in terms of what action you can take and so on,
Well, I've taken some call before.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just like to tell Minister, thanks for the assistance from the Ministry of Public Health.
Yes.
I've gotten through to that, and I've also know that I called his office, but I didn't get to the office now, but just telling me that thanks. The salary papers and everything has actually gone back onto channel.
Okay.
Back into it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Colony. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My God, you've got to run back this country.
Why?
Please don't speak. Got to relax, people. Call your name. Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon.
Union Minister.
Yes.
I'd like to ask the Minister, when Barack Obama making his campaign the other day,
Yes.
I don't like the word he used.
What do you want to use?
As a public forum.
What do you want to use?
Well, I mean, if somebody sees the word of tell you, if Mrs. Anki has seen this footage, I mean, that is not nice for a former president to use.
What he said?
No, ask what he said.
Jackass. How can you use a word as a former president?
Who he called that?
Public forum.
Who called jackass?
Well, he didn't say, but he used the word. But who he referred to, I don't know.
Well, he made a reference to Nagamutu.
Nagamutu, I think so.
But I mean, there's another.
I really disagree with what he
Highly
said.
disrespectful.
I just it's very disrespectful. Yes, I didn't support that. I can't support that.
You use that as a forum,
Yes,
as
yes.
a forum to use in a public meeting.
Yeah, public meeting. I did them public meeting. Yes.
How can you be a statesman when you're using the words of not?
Well, why is that Nagamutu? Nagamutu was one companion.
I don't know who using it for, but to me, it's not no discipline. It's on discipline.
Yes.
Not using it as
Unbecoming of it.
former president.
Yes.
Should not use those words at the public. If you have a meeting, you say what you want to say, but no use certain
He don't have much sense. He don't have enough sense.
My business, but if I use that as a public forum towards somebody in hierarchy, I will be somewhere different.
How you assess marriage? Tell me how you assess marriage. You tell me how you assess it. Give me a fair comment. I want a fair comment from you.
I'm saying a statesman should respect his man's word, position.
Yes.
Okay, you as a statesman, and your son used something as a statesman, he was a statesman, you used something like that. You should have known if someone do that, how you will refer to him. I don't want to refer to nobody, but it's not a statesman's comment to use that as a...
Thank you very much. Thank you.
He's right.
Jaipal, what is summary of you?
Well, I'm here to listen to the views of the people, and the people indicated, the callers indicated by the remarks of the former president at a rally. It appears that he's preparing, or he's in campaign mode or something like that. He believes there's election, and so he's
3 years.
riling up the people.
3 years, yeah.
And so I think we have to look at that.
Yeah.
And so, as a leader of the opposition, and the last election commands 49% of the voting population, it should be more responsible in how we're dealing with this situation. And it's predominantly Indo-Guyanese area and sugar workers, and so he's hitting that because he's hitting that area and hitting those sentiments and those cards because he wants to stir up the people, make them emotional. So it could be have an agenda, and so we have to look at his performance and his behavior and judge him accordingly. Like the caller said, look, this is not what he expects from a former president that served this country for 12 years as president.
Call you in here. Hello?
Hi, Buddy Joy?
Yes.
You know that you're coming on the air, my brother.
Yes.
Two things, man. I say you.
Yes.
Brother Joy Paul.
Yes.
You know you're speaking, right, Joy?
Yes, I hear you know you're speaking.
Yeah, man. If you could get a long boom excavator, it won't take 150,000. With this little fuel, and they drop it up here with a loop. The trench behind me there with all those moko and the black up there with all these reptile, brother.
My brother sure we are coming in your area. I'll be coming in your area soon.
You got resident on the other side.
Okay.
So you got the food, right?
Okay, thank you very much.
And see if you could get a little patch up.
Okay, all right.
For you, right?
Yes.
And school will open maybe Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay, my brother. Thanks.
Thank you, your view quick.
On the
Yes.
No, well, school opens on Monday. Yes. I guess everybody wants to see everything spick and span. I think Leon had brought up the issue of the cleaners and sweepers. I don't know if anything new maybe we can hear from
Leon.
What I'm worried about or concerned about
What do you worry about?
the fact that we in September and they're preparing a budget for next year already, and they've been asking for people to submit, or agencies to submit their budgetary proposals. Isn't that a fact, Jai Paul? It's about time for us to submit proposals for funding. A lot of agencies, NGOs, and organizations don't understand the need to submit what they need to see happen in 2018. And even the opposition has got to sit down with the government and craft an economic policy and a budget that will serve us for next year. That is important.
Colony, hello? Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes?
You know, I have a situation, not a problem.
Yes.
This country is blessed by God.
Yes.
And we, the citizens in this country, just keep coursing this country, but who punishing and
yes.
this country going to we not to do that. We need to thank God for his blessings
yes.
every day. How did we so
yes.
dissatisfied in our own country and
yes.
people coming outside and say,
yes.
what's wrong with us?
Yeah.
We got to start speaking positively. That's why I love your son that is sitting there.
Yes.
He don't bring down this. He always, judge, well, this can be done because, everything takes time.
Yes.
People just want, and another thing people saying, but people ain't getting jobs. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I'm a person in my 60s, and I'm still working.
Yes.
Thank God. And
okay.
there are young people that get in job and they're able to work. They
okay.
say, I can't work for the kind of money.
Okay.
I ain't able to with the money. Well, you want nobody is suffering here? You look and see when it's holiday time, how they dress, where they're getting this money.
Yes.
Huh? They can't be suffering and wearing fast. They're fast. They've got one boots
yes.
something $1,000. Why are we bringing down our government
okay.
and we're going into the other people's country
yes.
and they have the rules there
yes.
and we're complying, we're hypocrites here
okay.
and God is going to get angry with us.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Colony, hello? Hello? Yes, Anki.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to get an idea. I see George Norton is now Minister
yes.
of Sports and Culture.
Sport it now?
Culture, youth and sports.
When he was social cohesion before, and then
right.
became Minister, and Nicolette Henry has been confirmed as Education Minister.
What is your view on the Minister?
No,
confirmed.
Which one?
The Minister.
Henry?
Yeah.
Well, I guess there must have been some way they looked at it following certain criteria for them to confirm it. And I don't know what is
I don't know what is the qualification.
I don't know what is the criteria because she was acting for a while.
Okay.
So maybe they wanted to see how she would handle certain issues. I don't know, how the confirmation process was determined.
Yeah, call in here. Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sham. How are you?
Yes, good.
First of all, I got a comment to me, but let me say something you first.
Yes.
I must say, this morning program, I like the last song you play when you are going out in the field.
Yes.
You should, I hope the president is listening.
Yes.
You should be aware of the man of something.
Yes.
You like a soldier.
Yes.
War by yourself.
Yes.
Right? And I must say that the Rastaman spoke some very good things earlier.
Yes.
It was very good. My main problem is that I hope that our company, Exxon,
yes.
takes responsibility for the Chinese people that suffer from dialysis.
Yes.
They cannot afford dialysis. Let us put some part in the hospital for free dialysis for the Guyanese people.
We got that in Minister of Health.
Science.
Yes.
From dialysis that they
yes.
cannot afford.
Yes.
It is for $6,000. No. Yes, for $6,000 a week.
No, there's something wrong.
I got to find to take 3 dialysis.
Something wrong?
I hope our junior minister,
yes.
your son there, he's with Mr. Jordan, they could look
okay.
to this issue.
Yes.
Let Exxon Mobil put the foot on there and see if they could help the people of Guyana. Okay. Then I will say, we will say, Exxon Mobil is doing something for the Guyanese people. Yes. Mr. Sharma, in my program, whole day I spent it on to you.
Yes.
And I just enjoy your program.
Okay. Thank you.
And next thing.
Yes.
I want to say happy birthday to your wife.
Yes.
And I've been sure to see many, many more.
Yes.
And you're looking better
Yes.
You get more strong so that you get do your work more.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
To the panel again.
Yes.
I keep watching your program and I enjoying it.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Yes. So some of those statements that the former president, the leader of the opposition, would have mentioned, person would have said to me, they're confused because he mentioned statements like there's 25,000 person will be out of a job in relation to Gaisuku. Gaisuku, the best of my knowledge, have between 16 to 17,000 persons.
Exactly.
And we are only dealing with the closure of 3 estates. So how that going to be transcended? The best is 10,000. But 10,000 people would not be out of a job because government and the Ministry of Finance through NISL is looking at that aspect of how we're going to be dealing with the divestment of Skeldon. So if you're going to be divesting an estate, and you're going to be dealing with diversification, where would these companies that will be coming from local, maybe it's a local company taking over Skeldon and the other estates, maybe it's foreign companies, where would they get the labor from? So somebody tell the leader of the opposition, Jack Bio, that the labor force will come right from Guyana. And so those are, well, definitely not everyone will be reemployed in a new company because a new company is for business efficiency and things like that. So of course it will take the younger folks, it will take the efficient folks, and so yes, there will be some persons without a job, but they will be having what, severance pay in the pocket. What do we be doing with the money? Drinking rum? I don't know. Will it be buying a new car, paying down or paying off the loan for the home? I don't know what they're going to do with the money. So part of that plan is to deal with diversification. So government set up, and you should know, a special purpose unit to deal with the 3 estates that will be out of commission come the 1st of January 2018. So we are in the process of looking at that and looking to divest those estates. So person will be re-engaged. There's a lot of money out there, severance pay for the 10,000 workers. Please. So persons are asking me,
hold on,
you're saying 25,000. I didn't listen to the statement, but they said look in the papers, it was there. And yes, I did saw the headline 25,000 people out of work.
Call in here.
Yes, Mr. Sharma, calling concerning this place in Port Guyana. Time me the promise we for come and see this place, you know.
I was out of the country for a while. Yeah, I was out of the country for a while. Yes.
It floods. Since the rain started falling, flood, sun come out and the water gone down the land. We asking the village people to come and do some drainage at the back by where the rice bed people them they run in the water. You could remember make the complaint to you already.
Yeah.
The dam break away at the back there. They're supposed to dig it every time my husband go to the village when they get council meeting. They're telling me that money and come for it. That's why I decide for call now when you son up on the program because easy assistant finance minister.
Jabba,
do something about it.
Could you share some light on this?
The back there, so and we land just getting soft and going away with the flood water.
Relax, I mean, so you can share some light on that. Where you live?
Oh, try Middle Street.
Middle Street. Okay. Oh, thank you.
All right, I'm going to speak with the REO for Region 3 to find out what the situation is. For Dry Middle Street. Okay. Yes, and some of the other things is same again. I say the same enterprise statement, the rally that he had there. He's making the accusation why the government don't set up the sovereign wealth fund. Of course, we're in the process of setting it up because it's not something you just set up like that. You have to have it. You have to have it properly set up in relation to how it's going to be function, how you're going to utilize the funds, and things of that nature. So you don't see set up a sovereign wealth fund. What model would you follow? And so it's various models. And so we have to look at our own situation in Guyana. The leader of the opposition will say we go with the Norwegian model. But the Norwegian, of course, they are a very rich country. They don't need money to invest into the country. So they could save most of their money. In Guyana, we need to deal with infrastructural issues. So we need to put some of that money there. The money is also not to go out, every single cent go out to the people. We have a reserve for the most 50 to 75 years. You cannot just give the money away to every single body that live in within the time span. What's going to happen after 50 to 75 years? No, nothing for the people, the future generation. So that is the model we're looking at. And in that aspect, we receive an assistance from the Commonwealth, the Canadian government, IDB. So it's not something you could rush into. But what was amusing about his statement, and people were again say, Jaipal explained this thing to me. There was amusing to the fact that he was saying that there will be no money coming in from the oil and gas sector. He said, I think he said at this this rally that will be some $358 million be coming in. So why he's threatening the government must set up a sovereign wealth fund if no money will be coming from oil and gas? So he's contradicting himself in his statement. So these are some of the things that a person is confused when he speak, and they will call me and bother me. I must explain his statement. They should ask him to explain his statement, not me, because I'm confused. But nevertheless, yes. I attempt to try to rationalize what he's saying to them and to say to them what he's saying doesn't make no sense. Why would he attack the government for not setting up the sovereign wealth fund? At the same time, he's saying that there will be no money from oil and gas, and we're just fooling the people.
Colin here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to your panel.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Sharma, I have a serious problem in Railway and Dowling Street.
Where? Lower him, please.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, Railway and Dowling Street.
Yes.
As soon as the rain just set up, Railway and Dowling Street.
That's a problem. It's long time now. Long time you come the problem.
My yard several times for 3 months.
Yes.
And rainfall yesterday make it worse.
Who's your representative there? Who's your local government representative?
Some Indian guy through Dowling Street. I don't know his name.
Okay. You don't know his name?
I don't know his name through Dowling Street.
Okay.
I'm begging for help, Mr.
Okay,
Sharma.
okay. Call us showing a visitor here or something this week.
Yeah, Railway and Dowling Street. So you come in Vincent Road.
Okay.
You come and see how people flood with like sand, bricks, and a bridge. They build over bridge, no manhole in the bridge, and no water couldn't go.
Call us Shuri I'm going to visit your area something this week.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. People have got to know who the representatives are. The people who are elected to.
Most of the program we recorded here now. All is recorded.
Yeah.
So you don't have a right not now. You got play it back. You got play back as program. Play it back.
Right.
You know, you like the people what that's happening. You know.
Yeah.
What you would like to say quick?
What I'd like to say right now is that education should be the mantra.
Yes.
We're entering a period where it is very crucial for us to look at the past and see what's happening now to prepare for the future.
Yes.
Our young people just came out of a severe stress period with exams, and they're looking forward now to a new level of taking educational reform.
Yes.
And it affects them downstairs.
Yes.
So we have to create the environment for them to learn.
But there's a lot of education going on in Sophia too, you know.
Yes.
And adult education too.
A lot of things are happening. That's why it is very important that this new education minister is
Who do you mean minister education?
Nicolette Henry. A good woman. She's a very good woman. I think she's going to sparkle in that new portfolio once that she's now focused on education.
But she's studying too at the same time.
That is why it is going to help, because she also is a student.
Yeah.
Now, Christopher Jones is the man who should have become the new Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport. Not Hort Norton. I don't have anything against George, but George has got his plate filled with social cohesion. Now,
what do you got against George?
I'd have nothing against George.
Yeah.
But Christopher Jones, the young man, should have been the man to have been elevated.
Why you say that? Tell me why you say that.
Because of his track record as a young person in the fields relating to the issues on the ground, and the fact that he has got a vision as a young man.
What vision he got?
For the future, his vision is working to improve sports in this country. And he's been getting results already. You know, and I think.
You ever involved in sports?
Me? Yeah, man.
No, you, Jones.
Jones?
Yeah.
I don't know personally.
You want to know what games he used to
What
play?
game he used to play?
But he looks like if he's built to be a basketball player. No, but there, don't really, actually. I like the brethren spirit.
Yes.
And he's got an affinity with young people.
Yes.
And he should have been the man to have taken over that portfolio. I hope they're grooming him to do that. So that when we see George Schiffar,
No, well, that
he's
is
going to take over
that
that
we want
portfolio.
George at least up to 2020, but the Amerindian vote so
That
important.
is important. But the youth vote, no, hold on.
All right, hold on.
Don't pander too much to ethnic enclaves.
Call your name. Hello? Good afternoon, good afternoon.
I'm calling from Black East, South Sapphire.
Black East, South Sapphire?
Yes, I'm just calling to let the minister know
Yes.
that they did the 2 front trenches and the road finished fixing the road yesterday. So we have a perfect road now and we have drainage, but
Very good.
trench need to dig, but we can live with this for now.
We got to thank the minister for what you done.
Sapphire.
Minister, you got the thanks?
No, well,
Who's the
the
anchor
Ministry
boy
of
in
Infrastructure,
Yes.
I would
He does
communicate
work.
this
Yes.
information
He
as
does
I
work
received to them.
He's
So
paid
thanks
full-time
to
by the president's
Minister
office.
Patterson and Minister Ferguson
Yes.
and maybe
7 o'clock news
the
and
cooperation with the
Channel
town
7.
council, the city
He was
council,
in
sorry, the
Barbados
city
or
council and others
Yes.
in the
He worked
RDC.
here.
So,
Yeah.
when you report anything to me, it's not I doing it. I will just relate this to the relevant people. If it's city council, if it's the NDC, the RDC, relevant ministry. So I just take your complaint and channel it. But the issue is that person don't know who to go complain to. So I must say congratulations to the new ministers that have portfolios that is different. And so Minister Henry, with now being appointed Minister of Education, Minister Norton, with additional responsibility, in addition to being Minister of Cohesion, now have the Department of Youth, Sports and Culture. His office will be at that department now. So it wouldn't be at the Ministry Presidencies. He have a location, you could go and reach him. And of course, Don Hastings, who will be Minister of Public Affairs. And so these portfolios commence the 1st of September. So they are day old in these new positions. And so we commend them and we congratulate them and wish them the best from the Industrial Party.
Call in here. Hello?
Hi. Mr.
Yes.
Sharma?
Yes?
Yes, Mr. Sharma, Farnell, and Mr. Jaipal, Mr.
Yeah.
Doing a good job. I just want to clarify one thing. There was a gentleman there on your panel who said that past elections, Mr. Ramnarayan did not get any money, but somebody said he got some money. It was verified and clarified.
Yes.
There was a check issued to Mr. Ramnarayan,
For how much?
which he cashed.
How you know that?
And he ended. It was in the news. They showed the check. It was in the papers.
Yes.
They showed when he denied getting any money. The commissioner, I think, issued a statement, and then they produced a check which was endorsed by him, and he cashed it.
How much the check was?
The check was $2 million. The last election, when he said he didn't get any money from
How about that?
From Rohi.
When he read with Rohi, when he said he didn't get any money, the check was in the papers where he endorsed it, and he cashed the check. And they proved he was lying. Have a good day, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. What's your comment?
Well, I don't know what is the call.
Call in here. Hello?
Clarification.
Yes.
Is it good?
Is it good?
Yes.
Is the man we knew?
The good man.
Good man, yes.
But certainly people need a lot of clarification and things. And
Caller.
So, this is what this program is about.
Good afternoon.
Morning.
Yes.
There's no Alliance for Change anymore. So what would APNU do in the next election?
Oh, thank you very much. Yes. Yes, next.
I don't know.
We don't know about that. We don't know about
Alliance
that.
for Change. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
Call in here. Hello?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Sharma, Mr. Jaipal, apart from we supporting you guys, I must take this opportunity in thanking Jaipal for sticking to his word and using, your apparatus to come there and still facilitate us with information, etc., etc. Having said that, Mr. Sharma, sometimes you don't have to answer the people when they are making their comment. Sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the war. Let them make their comment. If it's stupidity, you just cut it off, and that's that. Remember, it's the voice of the people. We want to hear what they're thinking, what they're saying, because we are listening too. You don't have to always, answer them. Apart from that, young people are different now from today. As much as we cannot blame the government or give them blame game 100%, but they have to focus a little more on the younger people. For we the older ones, that's fine, but focus a little more on the people. And having said that, young people need to get out there and work. We cannot put the blame alone and responsibility alone on the government. So young people need to get their tail out and get jobs and work.
So what if you try to make?
Have jobs out there. We need people to mow our lawn. We need people to come and clean the walls. We need people to do so many things that is not, equipped, educational wise. But these young people don't want to work. They need to get out there rather than be complaining 100% to the government. But the government, they need to take care of the people.
Tell me what some of the point you want this make. Tell me what some of the point you want to make.
A little bit of what?
Brief point what you like to say. Briefly.
Well, that's my point. They need to take care of us. The financial cost of living, little bit more jobs, pay attention more to the working sector people. Remember, young people are different. They're going to get frustrated and do crazy things. We can't control our young generation now. They're going crazy. We need to get them occupied.
I agree with you. Yes. I agree with you.
Okay, thank you, Jai Paul.
Somebody, how old are you now?
I am 52.
What?
52.
Some young, some very young.
I have my son who's 30 and I have a daughter who's 27 and they're working, making ends meet. It's hard, yes. We have to listen to them.
You got a lovely voice.
Yeah, we have to listen, but we cannot put blame on everybody, but they have to take some of it too and help us. Listen to the people and try to, like what Jai Paul is doing. Jai Paul is doing marvelous, excellent. He's there. He showed his support for us, and Jai Paul would know my voice. We always were supportive, always calling in and supporting him. And I thank him for still keeping his word and his integrity that he's coming there, and there's a reason why I'm calling.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
Very good.
It's good. You got a praise and give a
Well, as I said, this is one thing that frustrates me and the public. On daily basis, a number of persons will come to my office. Very old person barely could climb the step, and my office is located top floor Ministry of Finance, till at the back of the building. And so I'm so dissatisfied when a senior citizen have to climb those stairs, and when they reach me, they're breathless and they could barely speak. But I said to them, if you could call me, I can come downstairs and meet you. Don't climb the stairs, or just call the phone and tell me your problem. But they will take that, I don't know if they call it a pilgrimage, but they come to see me anyway. And so I try to address their concerns. And so that is the dissatisfaction that they're suffering, that they cannot reach a minister who's the concerned minister in relation to their problems. So they come to see me, whatever the problem is. And so my door is always open. If I'm available, you can come and see me. Right
you're here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon.
The brother was speaking about education just now.
Yes.
Now, if we want to promote education for the young people, starting from UT,
yes,
they just started Moneygram.
Yes.
Now, I have 2 grandchildren going there.
Yes.
Lo and behold,
yes,
they have to pay fine $600 per day each to go to UT. Lo and behold, when they turn up there 2 days, they couldn't do the lecturer wasn't there to teach them. Now, that is
you increase fees.
Yes.
If you're going to promote education, if they are not going to have classes they let them notify the pupils. Don't let them waste $600 each. It's hard on the parents then to get that. That's one. Number 2.
Yes.
GWI.
Yes.
I went there to, I'm a pensioner.
Yes.
I went there to pay my bill. The girl, when she told me the amount was $900, then all of a sudden she press the thing again and say it's $9,000.
Okay.
9,000. Listen, how I listen.
Yes, I'm listening.
No, from I think it's March, April, May, June, July. I can't use 9,000 water, and then at the period the rain was falling, I wasn't using the pipe.
Less than 2,000.
Yeah.
Then those people, and then again the people even come in and reading it up. First time they used to come.
You
But
don't
now, I didn't see they come in and they send the bill to me, I know there is a land bill.
Carl,
you're getting your bills?
No, Carl, could you please send the bill to me? Send the bill to me.
But do you
I want to see what is the bill.
Do you get your bills regularly?
No, this is what I'm saying. I used to get it first time that was during our same time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I stopped getting bill.
Okay.
And no, that is what the girl tell me they know. 9,000.
Please send a copy of your bill to me. Please send a copy of your bill to me, right? A copy of the bill.
You want the bill that I pay?
Yes, bill will pay, right?
Yeah, good, all right.
Thank you very much.
I could bring it to town anytime.
Copy of the bill.
Good.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. We have 6 minutes more to go. What do you like to say finally?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, my newspaper, Weekend Post. You can access it, weekendpostgy.com on the internet, because you need to read something alternative. The other thing is that this month is Indigenous Peoples Month.
Yes.
And I salute and show enough respect to the Indigenous people. I myself am a black Carib. Yeah. You know? What we need to be... Yeah, I'm
he's a Rasta.
Yeah, but I'm also black Carib,
black
meaning
Carib,
that I am mixed with African and Carib, Indigenous Carib, Amerindian.
Okay.
A lot of us are that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know. So this month, Amerindian Heritage Month,
Yes.
Indigenous people is the focus.
Yes.
What we got to do is remember that we're 6 races in this country, and we got to work together. So show them the respects, but know that together we're all Guyanese. And so we got to be careful about the balkanization of Guyana, meaning that we don't want to be put into different enclaves, African, Amerindian, Indian, Chinese, and Portuguese and thing. Guyanese. And this month, we have to stand on that foundation that the Amerindians laid to know that we got a great country and we got to take care of the oil, the agriculture, the gold and everything, because all Guyanese have got to benefit
What do you like to say about the broadcast bill?
Oh, I hope that President Granger will very soon assent to the broadcasting bill, Amendment 2017, because a lot of wrongs have got to be righted. And more than that, we've got to be able now to get people who want extended signals to get their extended signals, and people who have too many channels in their possession to relinquish some of them, because the word is equal rights and justice for all.
Sangi?
Yes, and I think that the issue I mentioned before, with people, people had this image of a 94-year-old man on Facebook in handcuffs and chains going before the court. It's ridiculous. I think going before the court.
He wasn't here at the time.
But you weren't here, but it happened to you already.
Yes.
You know, but what I'm saying is ridiculous. That should only happen when people, they're known criminals or dangerous people that they know.
Dangerous people.
You know, you don't.
94 years?
94-year-old man.
But I'm confused. I'm pretty shocked.
I don't know. They just said that he cheated in something or he bought some Ford something or what. But what I'm saying, why that should not be commonplace. That should not be the way to go about things. Now with GPL, I had to go into the office here. The amount of time you waste to go in to correct things. They didn't read my bill, and then they gave me. I told them to send somebody. They did send someone promptly, and they said the bill was the same. That you know, because it's as a place that was not being used, so there was no increase from the month before. So I had to go back in the office there and spend another hour. You know, the time wasted with errors. City council is another set of people. You know, they don't give you a checklist of the things that you need to present when you go to do business, and you waste a lot of time running up and down. We need to have better systems in place.
You can find a caller here. Call in here. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
I don't know if I can use your program
to
send a message to the former president, Barry Johnson.
Jackson.
I saw your letter.
Good.
You sell letter to me?
No, I said I don't know if we can use your program to send a message to Barrett Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
God got a way to confuse, condemn, and bring them to shame.
Yes.
All those who God wished to destroy, God made them mad.
Yes.
And that is what is going on
Yeah.
with Barrett Jackson. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Your closing remarks.
Well, Ian, I'm always happy to be in the program when time permits, and so I will add clarity to some issues that persons may face. And the last caller alluded to the misrepresentation of the work of this government by the opposition, and that is what they're there for, is to misrepresent things. And not in Guyana, that is what they're there for. And so that is not what you're supposed to be doing as an opposition, but to add your voice to help build the country. Is your turn, maybe your turn next term, next 2 terms, next 3 terms, we don't know. But it's not to cause division. We cannot build this country if we divide it. So what the opposition needs to do is to work with this administration to tighten up those areas that we are falling down in, but not to say we're not going to cooperate, you're not doing anything good. Most of the things that we are doing in administrations clean up the mess in the previous administration. The Ministry of Community, Minister of Community, Minister Yearwood, who was married the other day, she went in Region 2 and distributed house lots. People that distributed house lots to is in the 74 years old woman, in the 70s, in the 50s. Those people apply for house lots
20 years ago.
20 years ago, 15 years ago, never. We got to now correct these things, you know. So these are small things that is being overlooked by the people that we are doing every day, cleaning up the maladministration, the previous administration. But we're not complaining. If they had run a clean program in terms of the ministry operations, we wouldn't have this time cleaning up their mess. Look at the issue with the lands that they gave away to the Friends on the East Bank. We have problem now because the lands change hands from BK to Baichelink. Now because Baichelink took a loan from the bank now saying they want to sell the lands now to who? And we, the people, are punishing because those people never pay for those lands. But the previous government gave them the lands, gave them title, gave them transport, and the right over those lands. They sold the lands to other people. The other people went to the bank, got money, and we, the people, suffering. We don't have lands to give you. We have to build duplex. We have to build townhouses for you. When you, each and every Guyanese should have a house lot. And why? In excess, I keep saying, in excess of 300 acres of land was given on the East Bank alone. And it was valued in excess of $2 billion. And although it was given to the Friends and Cronies, the Friends and Cronies owe the Central Housing and Planning Authority in excess of $1 billion. To the Rabbiners blind. And then they have the audacity, the leader of the opposition have the audacity to go on national television, to hold press conference and speak about corruption in this administration. When he can't deal with the corruption even in his previous administration. And in his administration and his legacy of Donald Ramatar. And so, you know, these are things you need to know. And it's right in front to face, but you're allowing the leader of the opposition, Barjak, to brainwash you.
So happy birthday again, Tian, to Savitri Singh Sharma. Yes, and today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, program manager of the Channel 6.
Yes.
Weekendpostgy.com and read all the latest, all the breaking news. Weekendpostgy.com.
Good. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.